welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Rue, and today we are continuing on with the series where I use every single shade in every single palette in my collection. And today's just a tiny bit different because I actually let my partner pick my palette. So I picked out 3 palettes that I was considering and I let him pick out of them. So it was between these 3 palettes. So this one is the one he chose, which is Juvias Place Zulu Palette. This one is the Paulina palette from Blush Tribe, who no longer exists. And then this one is kind of the one I wanted to play with, and this is the Unearthly Cosmetics strawberry milkshake palette. So I'll show you the inside of all of them. We'll get to the other 2 soon enough here, but these were the 3, and I did show him Color Story to pick, not the front. So I showed him the color stories. These 2 give very, very similar vibes. Like, they're obviously a little bit different, but the vibes feel very similar. So these 2 lost the battle, so they will be waiting to get played with, and he chose the Juvias Place Zulu palette. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump into look number 1. Okay guys, so not only did my partner pick my palette, I also had him pick which shades I could use, and he said I can only use the top row. You know what that means? No shimmer. So the top row is actually like pretty easy to use, so we're gonna go ahead and do the top row, but it's also very just no shimmer, you know? It'll be okay. So I'm gonna go into the yellow first. This is gonna be a super easy look. He thought he was challenging me by doing this, and in a sense he is, but I'm also going to pull something in for my inner corner just to cheat a tiny bit, because I at least want a shimmer for my inner corner, and I guess I'm putting the shades all on the lid as well because I am. And we're gonna have to bring something into this look with, like, I think I'll bring in some, oh gosh, sorry, I'm opening my new setting powder because I want to use that as a transition shade, and I'm just gonna pick it up on this big fluffy brush and put it on my brow bone. So I'm gonna pull in probably some ColourPop Glitterly Obsessed products. I'm gonna pull in this little guy from Game Beauty for my inner corner, and maybe some gems or something just to give it a little extra. We'll see. But for now, I'm just gonna lay down those 3 colors he picked for me, and we'll get the look started. So what day is it? It's Monday. Technically it is Thanksgiving. I know this is going to be posted way after Canadian Thanksgiving, I should say. I think US celebrates Thanksgiving in November, whereas we do in October. So this might actually be kind of close to some of your Thanksgivings, which is cool. For me, it'll be long over. We are doing Thanksgiving early November just because timing didn't work out with some of my family. Hopefully the November date works better. And lastly, I'm gonna go into the brown shade. There's a lot of kick up in the pan, but that kind of thing never bothers me personally. All right, our mattes are on. And I did already prime just with my Morphe eye primer before I started the video here. But my niece went home today. We had her over the weekend. I talked about her in a couple of my other videos that I filmed this weekend. And yeah, so she went home now. So I'm mostly doing some house cleaning today. Just getting everything back in order. I had a bunch of laundry to do. Dishes were kind of piling up a little bit. So just some upkeep. There's a lot of fallout, but fallout's never really been an issue for me because I always do the eyes first anyways. Okay, so I guess that's like it for mattes. I might do it under the lash line too. Let's go in to this little guy here. We're gonna do my inner corner, and I swear I pulled, there it is. And I think I want to put it on my brow bone as well. Like I said, we're gonna have to do some extra work to make this look a little bit more dramatic, what I like. So starting with the inner corner, and that looks really, really pretty. And I also want that on the brow bone. I'm gonna be so heartbroken when this guy's empty. It is genuinely my favorite thing in the world. If anyone knows an identical product to it, let me know. It won't quite be the same because I also like that it's from Persona, but I do want this shade back in my collection. Okay, that's a good start. I want to pull in some glitters, clean up the under eye, figure out a waterline color, and just see how I can make this a little bit more bold. Okay, I picked out some products that I think will help give this look a little bit more to it. Starting with these two cream gel liners. So I'm going to start with the yellow one, Extra Frosting, and then have it go into the orange one, which is Peach Fuzz. So the yellow one's going to go on the front part of that lower lash line. And then we're going to put Peach Fuzz just out here. Next, we're gonna go into, I feel like this one's gonna be the best one. So this one is called 19K3, wait. Oh, it's called On Vogue. I don't know what the numbers underneath mean. So going into On Vogue from ColourPop, I'm gonna use this really skinny detailed brush and pick it up. And I just wanna put that along, it's very dry, but it'll work. I'll just have to really work it in. I should have put some glitter glue actually, but it's okay. It sucks that it's starting to dry out. Maybe I should put a little bit of glitter glue just to help it. Where is my glitter glue? All right, I'm just gonna take a little bit of glitter primer here. I don't need very much at all. And I'm just gonna put that where I want to do the line of glitter. I don't think that was enough. So we'll grab a tiny bit more. That should be plenty. And then I'm gonna pick up some more glitter. And we're just basically lining the crease with it a little bit. And I'm only going about 2/3 of the way through my eye. Now I just wanna wipe away any that aren't lined up the way I want it. So just cleaning off that brush and kind of just adjusting everything a little bit. And I want to get those glitter out of my eyelashes. Okay, I think that did help. What else I wanted to do, so I have these glitters. I think they're from Claire's, but it's fine. I want to go into this goldy one. And I'm just gonna take, again, a little bit of glitter primer and I'm just putting it on my finger. And then we're gonna pop it out here. I just want it to be pretty subtle for glitter. So I'm just placing it where that glitter primer got put. I think I want a little bit more. I don't want to have it like come down into the lid. And then I'll brush away the excess and see if I'm happy with that. I feel like it's not quite lined up how I want it. Yeah, I think I want it a little bit more precise. So I'm gonna grab it. So going in with an angled brush, I'm just gonna grab a little bit more glitter glue. And I'm just gonna fill in those gaps that were there. I think I want to make it a little less intense. So what I'm gonna do is use the bag with the spoolie and just brush some of it away. Now I want to touch up the matte and just see how everything's looking. So with the yellow, I'm going to try and avoid where that glitter is. So I'm going to start by re-intensifying underneath said glitter, re-intensifying above said glitter, and just leaving that line alone. Then I'm going to go in with the orange and do the same thing. This glitter on the outer edge, I'm okay with getting matte on top of. It's just that nice line that I want to keep. So I'm going to go into the brown and we're just going to put it all over where the shimmer, where that glitter is. And I think I like that better already. Just a little less intense. But I do think I took a little too much of it away just in one spot there. I don't like how this glitter turned out. I wonder if I can fix it. Yeah, I don't like that part. I'm just going to try and brush it away. And we'll do a different glitter. Okay, that should get rid of most of it. And then we want to touch up that brown. Just want to get that blend better. We're gonna clean this off. I'm gonna hop off, do the other eye, finish off the face, and I'll probably just be doing mascara, but I'll come back and let you know if I did anything else and how I finished everything else off. Okay, we are back with the completed look here, and for my eyes, all I did was throw on some e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. Everything else I did on here with you guys. So for my face, I went into the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Primer. As you can see, it is almost empty, but I have a spare because I love this. For foundation, I went in with my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator with a mix of my Juvias Place Concealer in 24, just to lighten it up again a little bit because the shade Light is a little too dark for me, but I still want to get my use out of it. For concealer, I went in again with the Juvias Place Concealer along with my e.l.f. concealer in Light Sand. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. For my cheeks, I went in with my Game Beauty Heat Wave Blush in the shade Violet, along with my Jeffree Star Platinum Ice Highlighter, I used Ice Cold. And to finish off with my lips, I just went in with my ColourPop lip liner in Bumble, along with an Unearthly gloss. This one is in Ruin. So that is how I finished off this look. I will say, I feel like the shadows just have been fading away. Like, I had to touch it up right before doing my photos. I'm not a super big fan of this formula in this palette so far, and I remember having the issue with Juvias Place. I couldn't remember if it was both palettes, but I did play with my other palette and not have that issue, so it might just be this palette. I still have 6 more shades to try out, so hopefully those ones work better, but I did feel like there was a lot of patchiness and just like shades fading well on the eye, like, and the build, it was really hard to build up. Like, to get this brown as dark as it was, I had to put it on, eye prime, and then put it on again, and it did give it that depth that I wanted, but it just was not building up. The shades, they don't really build very well from what I can tell, at least with the shades I used today, so I'm not a huge fan of them. But we have 6 more shades to use, and hopefully the next look goes better. So let's go ahead and hop into that. Hey guys, so we are doing look number 2, and I'm just gonna use the last 6 shades that I did not use in look number 1. So I thought we'd start with the blue, and then we'll dip into the pink and then the purple to start. None of these have names, so that's what I'm going to be doing. We're going to start with the blue matte, and I just want to lightly fluff it over the whole eyelid to start, or that whole eye crease. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of setting powder. I just like to put it up on the brow bone if I don't have a transition shade in the palette. Okay, now that that's done, going back into the blue shade, and we're just doing a light fluff of it all throughout the crease to start. Alright, next I'm gonna take that same blue shade just on a smaller fluffy brush, because I do want the pigment to be a little more intense. Just on the inner corner here I'm gonna be placing it. I do really like this color, and it looks like it's doing okay for pigment. It's definitely not the most impactful colors I have in my collection. This palette is not quite doing it for me. It's kind of what I remember Juvia's Place being like, and it's just not really that impactful anymore. I'm glad I only got 2 palettes from the brand, because I don't think I'm gonna keep these ones for much longer. I mean, the other one was okay. I'll probably hold on to that one, but this one I think is possibly my least favorite palette so far. My one from Morphe is still decent. It only had a few shades I didn't love, but I'm not sure how I feel about this one anymore. We're gonna go into the purple next, and we're just gonna be placing that on the other half of the crease. I think I'm gonna go in with the pinks on my lower lash line, I think is my plan. And I do want that blend to be really soft between the purple and the blue up there. So I'm just gonna work that purple in a little bit. And I will hopefully be able to intensify it a little bit while still keeping the blend the way I want it. So I want to pack the purple only in the crease. And then I want the part where it's higher up to be nice and soft and blended. Something like that for the blend. It looks decent. See, this purple does look really impactful in the pan, but on the eye, it's just kind of mid. Like, it doesn't look bad. It just is not building up the way that I like my eyeshadow to build up. And with the last look, I had to double eye prime, but then if you do that, it gets a lot harder to get the blend to look right. So I don't really like having to do that. And I've literally never had to do that with any of my other palettes. So I honestly didn't even know if it would work. And it did get the shade more impactful, but again, it made the blend a lot harder. I think I'm okay with that. Pretty simple look. We're gonna go in with my glitter primer, and what I want to do is we're gonna put the blue all on the lid. The green's gonna be my inner corner, and then we're gonna put the pink matte on either side with the pink shimmer in the center for the lower lash line. That's what we're gonna do. So taking some glitter primer, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit on the lower lash line here first, and then popping it on the lid. So going into that blue shimmer, just with the same brush that I put my glitter primer down with, and I'm just getting it all over the lid. Now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with the pink shimmer first, and we're placing that in the center. And then I'm going to take that pink matte and we're going to place that on either side of the pink shimmer. Going back into the pink shimmer. I don't think I like how that pink matte laid down. I'm going to try using a different brush and just touching it up here. It just doesn't look very even. So I'm just re-priming where I'm putting the pink down because it's just not laying down the way I want it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I like this palette very much anymore. I never did. Every time I tried this one, I feel like it was just kind of meh. I think I created one look I liked with it. We're gonna go into that green for the inner corner here. And it sucks because some of the shades work pretty good. Like, I do like the greens and the blues in this palette. I don't know. Maybe once I've finished this series, I'll go through all the ones that I'm thinking I don't really care for anymore and do some looks with them to really like force myself to solidify my opinion, because I don't want to regret decluttering. Also, my eye is watering today, which does not help this palette do its best. Alright, I think that's all we're going to be doing for eyeshadows for today. So I'm going to hop off, clean it up, do the other eye, maybe do a few little touch-ups, and then finish off the face, and I'll come back and show you the completed look. Hey guys, I'm back with the completed look, and I like the look, but I am not super happy with how the shadows performed. They don't build up, they have been fluffing away. I really like the green, I really like the blue. The shimmers are pretty good. Even the blue matte seems okay. I feel like the pink might be decent. That purple does not build up. And I did voice some concerns in look number 1 as well. So definitely not my favorite palette in my collection. Might actually be my least favorite. Although I haven't finished reusing everything in my collection. So we will see. Anyways, to finish off the look, I kept it quite simple. I don't even have a lip on. I actually forgot to pick a lip. And by the time I realized, I just didn't care. So to finish off the look, for my eyes, I just went in with my ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Good Reef, and my mascara was my e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. I did not put lashes on. My eyes are a little bit irritated and watery, and honestly with this look, I just didn't care that much. I wanted to keep it pretty simple. For my face, I went in with my Sun Touchable e.l.f. primer. I went in with my tinted hydrator from Wet n Wild. This one's in light, so it's a little bit too dark for me. So I did bring in my Juvias Place concealer in 24 just to lighten it up a little bit. And I've been really liking the finish. It's very similar to my e.l.f. one that I was using a lot. So I'll probably jump between the two a little bit here, but I would definitely repurchase this one in a lighter shade and try it again because I am pretty happy with how it seems to be performing. I've used it a decent amount of times now so far. For my concealer, I went in with that same Juvia's Place one mixed with my e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer in Light Sand. And then I did set the face with my Wet n Wild Loose Setting Powder. This one is in Translucent, and I don't have any complaints about it either. I do a very light coverage foundation, so bear that in mind when I'm talking about face products. For my cheeks, I went in with the Unearthly Cosmetics Devour collection, and we used both of these. So I went in with the Slay Blush and the Delicate Highlighter, and honestly that is all I did to finish off this look. It was very, very simple, very chill makeup look today. So yeah, let's zoom out and finish up the video. Okay guys, so those were the looks I created using the Juvias Place Zulu palette. This one is on my potential declutter list. Now, I don't have a very big collection, so I don't really like to declutter makeup, but at the same point I am realizing that this one, there was actually a reason I have not been dipping into it. I feel like I should give it one more chance before I fully decide, but I don't love it. It's so difficult because, like I said, my collection's not very big and I do buy everything myself right now. I don't get any PR or anything like that, at least not yet. Hopefully one day maybe, but it's hard for me to declutter the things that I've purchased because I want to love them, and most of my picks have been wins, like especially dipping back into everything. I really haven't had any that were a for sure I hate this. This one is the closest to that I've gotten so far, but I do think I should give it one more chance. So there might be a video trying it out again, doing some looks and really solidifying my opinion with this one. We will see. But for now, that is the end of this palette. We're gonna set it aside and dip into whatever comes next. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you had a favorite look out of the two, let me know down below. I do think I liked this one better than the last one, even though the purples just was not doing it for me. This is still probably my preferred look of the two. And if you want to see more of my content going forward, please feel free to hit that subscribe. I do also have my other social medias down below. I'm on Instagram and TikTok as well. So with all that said, I will catch you in my next one. Bye.